Nick Quinn and welcome to a Sky Racing News Update. Well, Winx has arrived safely in Melbourne ahead of a tilt at a fourth straight Cox Plate, and the Mighty Mare has settled in well to our new home at Flemington. Winx, alongside stablemates The Autumn Sun, Young Star, Another Dollar and Invincible are in Melbourne. Winx will next contest the Turnbull Stakes on October 6 en route to the Cox Plate a fortnight later, and she's $1.20 to carry on her winning ways in the Turnbull. D'Argento is favoured for Saturday's Group 1 Tab Epsom after most of the fancied runners drew favourably at Tuesday morning's barrier draw. D'Argento has come up with gate number 1 and now heads the market at $4 ahead of Unforgotten at $4.50 who drew barrier 3. Brigham Rocks remains favourite for the Metropolitan despite drawing barrier 15. Invincible Star will have a new jockey for the remainder of her campaign. Stephen Baster will take the mount on a Saturday as he looks to continue his good association with the Waterhouse bot-trained mare in the Premier Stakes en route to the Tab Everest. Baster rode Invincible Star twice in the spring for a win at Caulfield and a second in the Group 1 Coolmore Stakes. He described her as a top-class sprinter. Baster has a busy weekend riding at Moonee Valley on Friday night, Randwick on Saturday and Caulfield on Sunday. Sticking with the Tab Everest theme, the Freedman duo of Scholes and Santa Ana Elena on their way to Sydney and will arrive on Wednesday night. Both runners worked strongly at track work on Tuesday morning and will contest the Premier Stakes, which features 6 runners who are taking their part in the Tab Everest. Redzal and Trapeze Artist are joint favourites at $3 for Saturday's race, Santa Ana Lane at $7. Chris Lee's duo Smart Melody and Eldorado Dreaming worked at Caulfield on Tuesday morning ahead of the Guineas Prelude on Sunday. Lee said the work was for the fillies to familiarise themselves with Caulfield. Brenton Avdulla will ride Smart Melody on Sunday with a decision on her campaign path to be made after the race. Wall of Fire will race for the first time under new trainers Kieran Maher and David Eustace when he contests the Group 1 Metropolitan at Randwick on Saturday. Wall of Fire had 2 Australian starts in the spring, running second in the Herbert Powell and 16th in the Melbourne Cup. He has won 2 barrier trials ahead of his return to the racetrack and will be ridden by James McDonald on Saturday. Bonnevale is racing for her career on Sunday when she contests the Underwood Stakes. The Group 1 winning mare could be headed for the breeding barn unless she puts in an improved performance in the Group 1 Underwood. Bonnevale ran 9th when resuming from a spell and will be ridden by Regan Bayliss on Sunday. It was her first run back since the 2017 Caulfield Cup and she does again hold a nomination for the race. Kosciuszko is getting closer and the final field a little bit closer to being known as well. Bellflyer has secured a berth. The Grafton trained galloper could get the job done at juicy odds according to connections. Trained by John Shelton, Bellflyer ran 2nd in the Ramornie Handicap. His most recent win was at Grafton on April 16 with winning jockey Lexi McPherson describing him as one of the best horses she has ridden. He's currently a $26 chance in pre-post markets. Care to think heads that betting at $3.50. Well, it's going to be a massive weekend of racing. For all the latest racing news, make sure you check out the website or follow us on social media.